So at the end of Mark chapter 6, after Jesus has walked on the water and got into the boat with them. When they had crossed over, they landed at Gennesaret and anchored there. As soon as they got out of the boat, people recognized Jesus. They ran throughout that whole region and carried the sick on mats to wherever they heard he was. And wherever he went, into villages, towns, or countryside, they placed the sick in the marketplaces. They begged him to let them touch even the edge of his cloak, and all who touched him were healed. News has got around as to what Jesus has been doing. The woman who reached out and touched the hem of his garment and was healed of the bleed. Jairus' daughter who had been raised from the dead. The demon-possessed man, news about him had gone throughout the whole region. He who was naked and cutting himself and crying and living among the tombs was now dressed and in his right mind. Many, many stories about Jesus had spread abroad, and they recognized him. And they ran throughout the whole region, and all who were sick were brought to wherever they heard he was. Now, no text messages, no WhatsApp, no emails, no phone calls. It was all word of mouth. And wherever they heard he was, the people were placed on mats in his presence, and they begged him. Again, echoes back, if even I can touch the edge of his garment, please let me touch even the edge of your garment. And they reached out and they touched Jesus, and as many as touched him were healed. They were reaching out with faith, and faith healed them of whatever disease they had. Jesus, as a general practitioner, any disease, he's also a consultant. He heals diseases to the greatest depth. And here we are today, 2,000 years later, and the same Jesus died on a cross outside Jerusalem. He died to take away our biggest disease, the disease of sin. He rose again to prove that his work was effective. He now has power to save, to take away sin. He rose into heaven. As God, he is focused there in glory. As man, he's focused there in glory. But also as Almighty God, he's here with us. We don't have to run around wondering where he is. He's right here with us. The man Jesus at the right hand of the Majesty on high. The God, Jesus, is here with us. The God-man, fully God, fully man. And whatever our needs are, if we reach out to him in faith, it's not a locational thing, it's a faith thing. Wherever we are, he is. He's with you right now. If you need to be saved, you reach out to him. He lived for you. He died for you. He rose again. He has compassion. He has power to save you. If you are full of doubts right now, as a believer, full of doubts, then it's to him you need to go. You meet him through the word and in prayer, and he walks off the pages. He comes to you. You reach out and you touch him. If you're frightened, if you're down, if you're scared, if you have an illness, you reach out to him, and he comes to you. He calms your situation. He is the one who we desperately need. If you're not yet saved, reach out to him today. If you are saved, continue day in, day out, moment by moment, to reach out to him who is God, who is man, who is filled with power, filled with compassion, and is taking us home to an everlasting glory.